Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. This is the principle that's given to us in Ecclesiastes 9:18, and it's illustrated for us very well in Joshua chapter 7. The sinner in Joshua 7 was named Achan, and what he did was a very simple thing, but it was a direct disregard for the commandment of God. God had just given the people of Israel a great victory over Jericho, and what God had told them was, do not take anything for yourselves. There were some things that were allowed to be taken for service in the tabernacle, but not for personal use. But Achan disregarded that, and he kept his sin private, so nobody else knew about it, but God knew. Well, they go on to scout out the next battle, which was against a town called Ai, and they send out these spies, and those spies come back and say, you know what? We don't need to get our entire army ready. We just send out a few thousand, and this will be fine. You know, we'll be okay. God is with us. The problem was God was not with them because there was sin in the camp. There was somebody that had disobeyed the commandment of God. And so when they go into this battle, 36 men die. And that is a big deal because up to this point, they had not known what that was like. They didn't know defeat. They had crossed over into the promised land. The Lord was with them. They had victory. They didn't know what loss was like. And so they come back, and Joshua is just a mess. And he is crying out to the Lord. He's on his knees, and he's begging God, saying, if you're with us, be with us. Don't string us along. Stay with us if you're going to be with us. But God basically says to Joshua, what are you doing on your knees? There's sin in the camp. Go and deal with it. So then they put out an inquiry, and they found Achan's sin. And they took care of it, okay? And they took care of it in a very drastic but a very specific way that God had instructed them to. They cut the cancer out. So the principle is, sin makes victory impossible. And it makes victory impossible not just for you, it makes victory impossible for the people around you as well. One sinner destroyeth much good. If you have sin in your life that is not confessed, not dealt with, not being dealt with, okay, you're just living with it and you're okay with it being in your life, God is not going to be able to bless you. He wants to bless you, but he cannot bless sin. He has to judge sin. And if you're in a church, let's just put it in this setting, you're in a church or in a community, and you are harboring unconfessed, unrepented sin in your life, you are robbing other people of the victory that God could be giving them as well. Sin will steal a victory away from you.